That guy stole from God. He sit there in that situation, in that context. It was just truly a brave act. GoFundMe hero, GoFundMe zero. This video was shot on Tuesday, April 22nd, 2025 in Casey County, Kentucky. Salvage Foods for all your expired food needs. The best expired food in Casey County. Salvage Foods, Salvage Foods, Salvage Foods. Sunny Valley Bakery and Store. We got the best sandwiches on Henson Creek Road. Scratch that, South Fork Creek Road. Folks, get it right. We ain't Amish. We Mennonite. This message not brought to you by Martin's Produce Supplies. Martin's Produce Supplies. And this message is not brought to you by Martin's Produce Supplies. Martin's Produce Supplies on South Fork Creek Road. They are a proud member of the Martin family of Martin families. And not including Henry Martin and John Martin and Henry Martin. Martin's Produce Supplies on South Fork Creek Road. Be there. When you're visiting Casey County from Hoover, Alabama, and your 2002 Mazda B4000 has an alternator die on your way to court in a court case involving a false prophet, take your truck to Heritage Auto Repair, the finest auto repair on South Fork Creek Road. Heritage Auto Repair. We take care of the cars, not just of the cars of false prophets. Yeah, so looks like there's just no construction on the House of Prayer. The windows are in. I think they were all in last time, but maybe not. I don't really remember. But just as a reference point, you can see Bill's van up there and this old RV. It's been there forever, or at least for a while. Yep. This is the view from the road. All right, now that the nonsense is over. Woo, buddy. Yesterday was a humdinger. I wish y'all could have been there. That's pretty wild, man. So, court is sealed. I don't know exactly what that means because I was in the room and I wasn't a witness, and there were people in the public in the room, so I don't even know what that means. I have no idea. So I will definitely try to say what I say very tactfully, and you can take it with a grain of salt. Yeah, we were there for about 10 hours. There is a young man, I won't say his name, just a great kid, just an awesome kid. And there's probably a pretty short list of people that I would say, hey, I would adopt that kid, not that he necessarily needs it, but he's on that list. And again, I won't say who he is or how he's connected with this case, but you can probably figure it out. And please don't say anything in the comments. Just figure it out or you don't figure it out. And, for him to go and sit there in that situation, in that context, it was just truly a brave act. That kid's got guts. And he's loved in the county, He's respected. He's just absolutely respected. People like him, Hey now, no, get back. German Shepherds. If you act like you're supposed to be here, which I am, I'm just walking down the road. I'm not causing any trouble or anything. But if you act like you're supposed to be here, most dogs leave you alone. Even the Henson Creek type. But Connie Bright's, Stephanie's, Titus's, who gosh even knows at this point who's who and what's what. Everything's so convoluted. Stephen Henson says there's a house being built up there. I don't know. I ain't gonna fly no drone up there or nothing. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, okay, it's the mail. I'm not all watcher 6, but when a car slows down, I'm like, well, maybe. Okay. Yeah, so unidentified minor child that was at court, great kid. He's not really. I mean, he's like a grown man. He's almost there. Great kid. So, look, if you've got a history of doing inappropriate things with a specific person who's a minor, you don't go to court. and intimidate that kid in the elevator. If he's getting on the elevator and you're coming off, you don't turn around and get back on the elevator with him and start asking him questions about court. Boundaries, have them. Have respect for people. Yeah, so at one point during the 10-hour affair at court yesterday, I walked down the hall and it was Titus and DB, Titus and a church pastor. I'll just leave it at that. And they were sitting outside the courtroom. And Titus had the audacity to talk to me. He was pumping me for information about what was going on in there, like we're friends or something. Boundaries, there are none. And so I said, Titus, do not talk to me. And he gave me a response of, that's not very Christian-like. And buddy, I was already halfway to the bathroom, and I turned around and I stomped back and I said, it's not very Christian-like to be a false prophet. Do not ever talk to me. Yeah, there's something really wrong with him. That goes without saying, but I can't even begin to describe how inappropriate the lack of boundaries in this context are. You know, it's almost like he's afraid of nothing, but he should be afraid of everything. Yet he was afraid. I could see it on him. I would say we're going to know something pretty soon. I'm gonna quote Titus Morris because he made a video maybe a week ago or so on Titus Morris, Minister of the Gospel. And Titus was saying something to the effect of, Stephanie can't be here because there's a medical emergency. I might want to turn around here and film right here since I'm walking down this particular road. There's a family member that's got a medical emergency and she's out of town. He said something like that. And so I believe it's safe to say nothing's going to be decided until records relating to that are, looked at and so on. But I fully expect there'll be no more court ever. But I've said that before. But no, I think this is the end of the end of the end of the end. I think this is the end of it. And, I've been in court before when everyone in the room, the judge, both attorneys, everybody was on the side of one person. It wasn't like that yesterday. I do believe the only person that was siding with them was probably generally, just based on body language, maybe, if you can infer such a thing, was Stephanie's attorney. And unfortunately, he was really good. And I think, how do you describe an attorney that you don't like? Because you don't like what they do or how they do it for lack of ethics or whatever it is. Hey there. Hey. It was kind of like that, Okay. But overall, people need to know, People need to know. Who's that walking up the driveway? Yeah. Oh, this will be interesting.
We hope the Lord blesses you.
I don't want the blessing from your type of Lord, Titus. I've not said this before, not on YouTube, and I wasn't planning on saying it, but it's satanic. What he's doing is satanic. I know it's obvious, but it's satanic. When I lost my channel and, you lose your voice, I started thinking about all the videos I wanted to make and what I wanted to say because I couldn't say it anymore. That guy stole from God. He stole from God. He defrauded not the GoFundMe donors. He stole from God. There's Henson Creek. And let's see. Let me get this right. This is actually not Henson Creek. This is South Fork Creek. Henson Creek runs 100 yards or less to the south of Henson Creek Road. over here in the woods. And so where Titus films his Bible study, that creek runs along down through here. And here in about, 100 yards or less, these two creeks merge together. And Henson Creek, you know, as far as how they name things, Henson Creek ends in South Fork Creek. Just, you know, it's absorbed by South Fork Creek. You know what I'm saying? So just a little geography lesson for all you youngsters out there.